Hey guys, welcome back to L.J.W. Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a good holiday and yeah, so this is the first video of 2022. It's kind of weird I'm saying that, but yeah, 2022. So yeah, I thought to kick off the year reacting to more comedians, which I think was one of the most popular videos that we filmed on the channel last year. And yeah, I came across this one and I thought it was good in the fact that, I mean, the time, it's about 15 minutes and it's a compilation, so I can't even speak, compilation of different comedians speaking on black people. So I mean, I expect this to be quite stereotypical. Yeah, don't take anything in this overly seriously. It's just for comedic purposes. Not that I need to give you guys a disclaimer because you guys are pretty good about these kinds of reactions. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Oh, before we get started, don't forget to check out our Patreon. End of last year we set up a Patreon account, so if you're not aware, that is there. It'll be linked in the description below. So if you wish to support us beyond YouTube, then that's definitely the platform to do so. And yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into the video.
You know what's fucked up? African people don't like black people.
Wait.
I know, they treat us like shit.
What?
They talk down to us. They think they're better than us.
No, what does he mean? African people don't like black people. I don't. Does he mean black Americans? It doesn't mean, I don't think we dislike them. No, I think there's obviously a clear difference in culture. And it's very different to that of African Americans, which is very Western.
I don't understand, because we from the same tribe, kind of. But they like white people, though. They treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man. Thank you for bringing us here.
Oh, God.
We love you. Yeah, the white man. As soon as they see us, they get an attitude. Hey, how you doing? This nigga.
What? Really?
We don't like the black man in America. Motherfucker, you don't work, you don't do shit.
Okay, well.
We don't like you, you black motherfucker. Like, who are you calling black, motherfucker? I'm brown, you midnight. Who the fuck are you calling black? Like, nigga, if you stood up against a building, you'd look like an alley. Who the fuck are you calling? This shit is unjust. African men don't understand why when they come to America, they have a hard time getting American pussy. You can't be that aggressive with American women, especially black women. You gotta know how to talk. You gotta come correct. Motherfuckers in Africa is used to having their way. They got 15 wives and shit. And African women are very obedient. They tell their women what to do. It's not even an issue. Bitch, when they come home, you...
What?
I don't know why they do that. You better clean the shit from the floor.
Isn't it interesting how, like, when comedians sort of depict what an African is, they always use this stereotypical accent, which is just so generic. I would say it's mostly westernized. It's just a mesh of what they think, of what the media, I guess, thinks that Africans sound like. And I can tell you, it's probably not entirely true, but again, it is a stereotype, so yeah, it's not going to be true. But I just always find that interesting. They never depart from that specific way that everyone thinks Africans sound. I just find it so funny.
They be in the club stalking women out here. You can't even see them. They be as black as my jacket. You just see the yellow of their eyes from a distance.
Wow.
Looking like Congo in the bush. As soon as you go buy your drink, they jump out the shadows and scare the shit out you. Bitch, what is your name? Come here. Don't run from me. You're going to be my wife. Monaya, Monaya. They're hunters. It's instant.
Last night, the epic disaster film Twister opened to big box office and some controversy. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has called for a boycott of the movie, claiming that not enough black people in the film are killed by tornadoes.
What? What? Was this a real thing?
My kids got baptized in a black church. Wasn't prepared for that.
That alone.
I mean, I prefer white churches myself. Black church just takes too long for me.
That is so
You got to have
true.
your day free.
Legit.
You can't make no plans going to a black church.
You can't. It's true.
You plan going to a football game, you ain't gonna make it. And you might not make Monday Night Football while you're bullshitting.
Black church is ridiculous, man. Remember the first time I went to a black church, I didn't know it was gonna take that long, you know? Like,
honestly, it's so true. Like, they never stick to the schedule. They just assume that everyone has time. Do you know what? I think because in most African countries, Sunday is like a day that's dedicated to just church and doing godly things. It's sort of like the Sabbath day, so the idea is that it's entirely free. So even though there should be a strict, like, church begins at X time and ends at X time, no one sticks to it. It's a very fluid time frame. Sometimes it just, honestly, I've been to church sermons or church convention, whatever, where it's overrun by hours, and it's just, it gets ridiculous. But the thing is, they genuinely do give you food. So if you can't really go because you're complaining of hunger, because there's most likely going to be food available. So I guess that's a plus. But I think the older I get, the more just, it's like people have things to do, you know? Like, no one's doing that.
eat breakfast that morning. I thought I was gonna eat in about an hour, you know? Oh my God, I almost died of malnutrition that day. Waiting for Sally Struthers to pop up, you know? I was sitting in the church, man. I was like, why is this taking so long? You know, I figured out having the service why it was taking so long because, you know, when you go to church with white people, man, we don't say nothing, you know? We shut up and we listen, you know? If somebody tries to talk while our preacher's talking, we tell them, shh, zip it, focus, okay? One more song, we're gone.
It's true.
I remember the first time I went to a black church, I didn't know that when black people agree what the service is about, they don't wait. They get up right there that they agree. I know it's okay to yell out. I'm sitting there. I'm the only white guy in the whole church. I'm getting upset with all the black people in the pews around me, you know? I thought they were being disrespectful to the preacher. I know it's okay to yell out. I'm just sitting there. Preach on it! Are you serious? He's gonna talk when he's talking? Yeah, that's really disrespectful. Once you zip it and focus, it's 1:30! I'm ready to go home!
That is so true.
Talk about it! Are you with him? What?
But I must say, I think, when I think of Black American churches, I do think there's probably lots of interruptions. Whereas in more African Pentecostal churches, there is very much a listening thing, but I think sometimes the pastors really want to interact with the audience. So they'll be the ones to throw out the questions, but more times than none, people just sort of listen. But yeah, I'm not saying that, that's just been my experience. I'm pretty sure maybe in different churches it's a little bit more different. The smaller the church, the more interactive it is. The bigger the church in the UK, you're not really going to have that kind of interaction. But I often seen a lot of movies, and it could just be a stereotype, American churches, let me know if I'm wrong, like people are just screaming things out, you know? Yeah, like he's so right.
You're allowed to talk? Are you serious? I'm gonna say something. Okay, watch, I'm gonna say something. Hootie-hoo! I heard you, Virginia, come on, it's 4:30! Another song!
Oh, it's the songs for me. The songs, it gets too much. This is what this, I can relate. The song is sometimes never ending. Let's say like you're about to finish, and then the pastor be like, start singing a song, and all the choir people just get up and say no. Because if you get up and then they start playing the instrument, that's gonna be another 20 minutes. Literally, it's the songs. That's what drags church on in the UK, the songs. And when people are doing like, when they start to pray and people are just falling over, that stuff, oh my goodness. But again, it's not every church. I've been to other churches, like at uni, I've been to all kinds of churches. So not every church is like this. Other churches are more conservative. They stick to a schedule, and there's none of that. Like there's a time for singing, a time for praying, a time for preaching, and then a time for saying the goodbye, the offerings, and then the final prayer. And yeah, but yeah, the singing drags church out big time.
Why is she singing Rihanna? That has nothing to do with church. It's 6 o'clock. You guys have a step team? Are you serious? The First Baptist Steppers, it's 8:30. A freaking poet. This is a talent show. That's
It's midnight! It's Monday! I'm late for work!
It's so true.
It takes forever, man.
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white you can't complain.
Right.
I'm just saying that if you're black you get to complain more.
Right.
Because you can't. There you go. Don't tell the band that. Yeah.
Why is the band always all black? You know?
Because you can't. That's right. You can't take people's like historical context away from them, and everybody wants us to. Like white people are always like, "Come on, it wasn't us." Like they want black people to forget everything. Like every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it very wasn't. It was 140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy. And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing. Like it just, oh, glad that's over. Oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You gotta remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing that stuff that we went through that hurt us that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away, that was really hard for us.
Guys.
So it's pretty even. so it's even. Yeah. It's even.
But I didn't always know that was a black thing. It took me a while to figure that out.
It was a what?
I learned that shit in New York. I was in New York City. Now, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. He was a white guy, We were just hanging out. And we were lost in the city. We were smoking a joint. Now, I don't know if it was a coincidence that we were lost and high and shit, but... my white buddy, he was smoking a joint. Dave, it's the goddamn cops. I'm gonna ask him for directions. I said, Chip, no! Chip, don't do it! It was too late. He was walking over there, this man was high as shit. Excuse me, sir. Touching him and shit. Excuse me. Need some information. Start confessing things he shouldn't confess. I'm a little high. All I want to know, which way is 3rd Street? The cop was like, hey, take it easy. You're on 3rd Street. You better be careful. Go ahead, move it. Move it. That's all that happened. That's the end of the story.
Why do they sound like teachers in school?
Now,
When you were loitering, like,
I know
move it,
that's
come
not
on,
amazing
move
to
it.
some of you, but you ask one of these black fellas, that shit is fucking incredible, isn't it? I'm saying, a black man would never dream of talking to the police high. That's a waste of weed. Serious. I mean, I'd be scared to talk to the police when I'm sleepy. Fuck around and get the wrong idea and shit. Oh my God. That nigga was on PCP, Johnson. I had to use necessary force. You saw him.
America's funny. I'm pretty sure it's not just America, but I can't quite say I'm afraid to speak to the police. I've never felt that way. But yeah, like I've just never been afraid to speak to the police, and I can't imagine what it must feel like to feel like that, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me know which was the funniest. I think the funniest one for me was the comedian that was talking about black churches, because the accuracy is just top notch. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know which was your favorite, and let me know if you want me to react to more videos kind of like this. I think the comedian reactions are pretty much my favorite at the moment. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to check out our Patreon if you wish to support the channel beyond YouTube. Comment, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We're currently on 4,200 plus, trying to get to trying to get to 5,000. So yeah, if you could subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.